Hello, everybody. I'm glad that those who can made it, and they that couldn't make it gonna
You
make it
sound like me now,
eventually.
dude. You sound like me.
Yeah,
Can
they
made
gonna
it.
make it eventually. Yesterday, I had 3 days advance notice, and nobody got it on Facebook. So it was a very poor showing, simply because Facebook isn't telling nobody when I have lives, and neither does YouTube. But today we got 8 so far. That's good. And
Uh-oh.
I'm live on TikTok. That's
Uh-oh.
yeah, I can't talk to them, but I'm gonna be live. So it's gonna be a touchy subject today, guys. Um, I'm asking now for grace because I'm a little heated about this one. And I think once you hear, if you haven't already heard the kinds of stuff that some school boards are pushing, if you weren't mad before, you're gonna be mad by the time we're done. Livid is the word I would say. So I got Corey with me today because I think he needs to be. He's been kind of on the same wavelength of things on his end with the, not just school boards but county boards and mayoralships and politics in general. But I know it's a trend that they've been trying to go after our kids, um, not just through
Appropriate
indoctrination.
relations with a 16-year-old.
Yeah,
Whoa.
and just not just through relationships in the school system, but trying to keep information from us parents when it comes to children. They want the kids not telling us what's going on. CRT was the beginning. It was not the be all and end all, though. CRT was just one phase. Now the things that have come to light are more along the lines of the sexual deviancy of some of these teachers and schooling systems. So, thank you, Corey, for being here today.
Absolutely, sir.
I can only assure you that either you've heard the information and you've gone through your phase of being pissed off, or you haven't heard the information and you're about to get pissed off.
I'm sure I haven't heard all of it, and I'm going to try not to get pissed off.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I know you, you ain't gonna be able to help this one. You ain't
Wow.
gonna be able to help this one. Um, as far as the CRT side, we'll tackle that first because that's where they are putting their emphasis on trying to keep parents from having their say. Recently, you've probably seen where parents have shown up to school board meetings and have become quite angry at the school boards for pushing CRT and getting sometimes arrested or shut down altogether. And I'm sure you've heard about this memo by the Attorney General, Mayor Garland. If you haven't yet, this one is going to be the nail in the coffin for me. Merrick Garland has issued, because of certain school boards reporting to him, saying that they felt like parents were saying too much to them and calling them names. So he issued a letter. I want to know when the last time was they issued a letter like this for gang violence, but I digress. They probably never have. So who am I? Who am I? Here we go. Have you seen the letter yet, Corey? You're muted, bro. You're muted. We ain't deaf. You just muted.
No, I'm sorry.
That was good. That was good. That was really good.
No, I haven't read the letter. I haven't seen this letter yet.
Oh, this is good. Okay. Memorandum for Director, Federal Bureau of Investigation, so the FBI, okay? Director, Executive Office of U.S. Attorneys, Assistant General Attorney, Criminal Division, United States Criminal Division. From the Attorney General, partnership among federal, state, local, tribal, and territorial law enforcement to address threats against school administrations, board members, teachers, and staff. Threats. These people, bro. Anyway, in recent months, there has been a disturbing spike in harassment, intimidation, and threats of violence against school administrators, board members, teachers, and staff who participate in the vital work of running our nation's public schools. While spirited debate about public matters is protected under our Constitution, that protection does not extend to threats of violence or efforts to intimidate individuals based on their views. You mean like what teachers already do to parents? Now, I want people to be clear. The people reporting this are the ones who determine what they count as a threat.
I got a question, sir.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So where are these threats at? Can you put the video up?
I would
Oh,
love to
man,
know too. I would love to know too.
I just want to see the videos, man.
I have seen videos of parents protesting outside of homes.
No, that ain't what they're talking about.
No, well, I'm just saying. I have seen videos of where no sound. What do you mean no sound?
No sound.
Yeah, they're not getting sound on TikTok for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't tell you why.
But you can hear me, right?
I can hear everybody fine.
Okay.
You can't hear nothing? I want to make sure they can hear. Why can't you hear nothing?
Tick tock, tick
TikTok.
tock.
Now, so you said you don't. I haven't seen any video of people threatening anyone.
No, but it got to be though. Let's Google it.
I can, let's Google it.
Can somebody in the crowd find it for us, please?
Yeah, find a threat that a parent may have issued.
Yeah, harassment, intimidation, threats of violence against school administrators. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's continue. Maybe he says what he means. Maybe he explains it. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Threats against public servants are not only illegal.
Okay.
They run counter to the nation's core values.
Core values.
Those who dedicate their time and energy to ensuring that our children receive a proper education in a safe environment deserve to be able to do their work without fear for their safety. The department takes these incidents seriously and is committed to using its authority and resources to discourage these threats. Identify them when they occur, prosecute them when they are appropriate. In the coming days, the department will announce a series of measures designed to address the rise in criminal conduct directed towards school personnel.
I wonder what happened with the spike. Why did this so-called threat and stuff? How did it spike? What made it spike, Merlin?
I don't think it's spike.
Huh?
Let me leave and come back in.
They making this stuff up?
Yeah, that's all I can think of. I mean, okay, think about it. Think about this, okay? If you're telling me there's a threat that's occurring, wouldn't it be like all over the place that you'd have to issue a letter like this?
Absolutely.
It would be easy to find, right?
Absolutely.
I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Not this time.
Okay, so let's go now. Okay, coordination and partnership with local law enforcement is critical to implementing these measures for the benefit of our nation's nearly 14,000 public school districts. To this end, I am directing the FBI working with each United States attorney to convene meetings with federal, state, local, tribal, and territorial leaders in each federal judicial district within 30 days of the issuance of this memorandum.
Damn.
Hmm. These meetings will facilitate the discussions of strategies for addressing threats against school administrators, board members, teachers, and staff, and will open dedicated lines of communication for threat reporting, assessment, and response. The department is steadfast in its commitment to protect all people in the United States from violence, threats of violence, and other forms of intimidation or harassment, except when it comes to the vaccine. That kind of harassment, and it's fine. So I digress. Where are these threats that they have to be issuing an FBI memorandum to suppress?
Marlon, with my lack of intelligence, I could have wrote that letter with 2 words. You know what those words would be? Shut
No.
up.
I don't know why there's no sound, Maureen. They're telling me on TikTok I have no sound.
Wow.
That's jacked up.
That must be it's probably something on the end of TikTok. Can they hear me?
No, they can't hear nothing. Can you
Wow.
hear me now? How about now? Being if you can hear me now.
No, somebody said they can hear now.
Yeah, they're saying no
Oh,
sound.
No. I just got here. I'm sorry.
So my problem with all of this is, and it might be TikTok just muting me. Hey, that could also be. TikTok has been known to do that to people, so I don't know.
Flip
My
flop.
problem with this is that this came on the cusp of school boards writing and saying that they feel threatened, and this comes right after parents start to wake up. You come to wake up about the issues going on in the schools, that they're pushing CRT. You know what I mean? And as soon as that happened, you have a problem with parents speaking out and being angry at school board meetings. You know why you feel intimidated and scared is because you're pushing crap and parents are pissed. I mean, I would feel freaked out too if I was doing something wrong and I got caught. I'd freak out too.
But imagine getting caught doing something wrong, and then you can threaten the whole country.
Right?
No, think about that. That's how deep this shit is. You getting caught doing something wrong, and you allowed to threaten the whole country and say, "Shut up."
Ain't that something?
Yeah, I'm over here doing what I do. Y'all shut up. And if you get too loud, you going to jail, not me. That's a hell of a thing.
I know, right?
That's some gangster time stuff.
That is insanity to me
It really is, man.
because it's not normal. It's just not normal. Anyhow, so if the threats are real, where exactly are they getting this to the point where a massive amount of, what would you say, FBI presence would be needed?
Well, Marlon, you know when the FBI step in, it gets ugly. Because the FBI play by a different set of rules. And typically when you hear that the FBI is getting involved, it carries more weight. And you tend to do a better job at complying with what they want you to comply with.
Mm-hmm.
What's really sad about it is that that's communism.
Straight up.
That's communism, period. You better shut up. If you don't like what I'm doing with your child, then sleep on it, smoke on it, do whatever you want to, but you're done. I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's basically what they're saying.
So this is a threat. This is one of those angry. This is probably one that we're talking about. All right.
Oh, this is it.
Let's
You
see.
found it, huh?
I found something.
You should all be fired from your day jobs because if your employers knew that you were more inefficient than than the DMV, you would be replaced in a heartbeat. I literally just finished a conference call because I'm having to multitask to be here
It's echoey.
to address you guys.
Okay, hang
You're a
on.
bunch of
This guy. Here we go.
Brandon Michon.
Yep. You should all be fired from your day jobs because if your employers knew that you were more inefficient than the DMV, you would be replaced in a heartbeat. I literally just finished a conference call because I'm having to multitask to be here to address you guys. You're a bunch of cowards hiding behind our children as an excuse for keeping schools closed. You think you're some sort of martyrs because of the decisions you're making when the statistics do not lie that the vast majority of the population is not at risk from this virus. The garbage workers who pick up my freaking trash risk their lives every day more than anyone in this school system.
Here we go.
Figure it out or get off the podium. Because you know what? There are people like me and a line of other people out there who will gladly take your seat and figure it out.
This is what they
It's
mean.
not a high bar. Raise the freaking bar.
I don't want to laugh.
That requires the FBI to take over.
Maybe the police, because I'd have been a little scared too if I'd have been doing wrong. He was mad, man. He wasn't playing. But you know what? That's how we got to start being, man.
It is,
We got to match that energy,
bro. That deserves the FBI to come after you for being a threat.
Dang. Well, shit, I'd have been in trouble.
That is violence. Yes, Deborah, that's violence.
Yeah, Merlin,
that makes sense.
Merlin, you did worse than that on Here to People.
The FBI gonna come after me now.
Yeah, you already got a warrant, buddy.
Damn. Wow.
I mean, man, I think it's mostly came after the father started was right. Damn.
Yeah, but you're gonna tell me the fact that he has proof that it happened, it's under investigation because it happened, that he shouldn't have, have lost his cool? I'm just saying that has nothing to do with the fact that the FBI is being called on people because the school board didn't do their job.
Yeah, that's nuts. Damn.
Okay. Now, you have a group of people who are supposedly there to help your child learn, be educated. Math, science, English, world studies. And now they want to implement race, sexual identification, things that have nothing to do with education. And when parents lose their ever-living minds over the fact that you're trying to do something that belongs at home, and I didn't give you permission to do that, we're the villains. We're the bad guys. So the crossover, what you saw in that video, I want you to watch. I want you to watch this one, okay? When I heard this one, it was last night, going to bed. Wife had Facebook open, and this thing came up, and I was like, "What? There's no way that this is possible. There was none." Okay, I just didn't think it was humanly possible for this to take place, but it did. So I want you to listen carefully to this. Oh my goodness. Anyway, just listen. I'm not going to play the entire thing, but
all right. Well, I'm just thankful that y'all don't have the ability to make a mask mandate. And tonight I was going to talk about the need for a second high school, but I was sidetracked by, for the boys, pussy, or the idea of pussy, or the idea of pussy A Mexican is a Mexican is a Mexican. Take her out back, we boys figured, then hand on the put it in her coin box, put it in her cornhole, grab a hold of that braid, rub that calico. You can find that on page 39 of the book called Out of Darkness, which you can find at Hudson Bend Middle School and Bee Cave Middle School.
Pause.
All right, not gonna lie, I had to Google cornhole because
I'm sitting here and you hear it again for the second time for me. And I cannot describe to you what emotions are going through me right now. I couldn't describe it to you. Because if you think it's only happening where she's talking about, if you're in a liberal state, I'm guaranteeing you money now, that's happening there. Now wait till you hear. Listen.
because I have the game in the back of my yard. But according to Wikipedia, cornhole is a sexualist slang vulgarism for anus. The term came into the use in the 1910s in the United States as verb form to cornhole, which came into usage in the 1930s, means to have anal sex. I do not want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school. I've never had anal sex. I don't want to.
And you notice they're starting to shut her down. Remember, I told you, they don't want this to be branded bad. The instant parents start to go off naming, okay, this is being taught to the kids, right? The kids can hear it just fine. But when the parents tell the school board what the kids are hearing, that's offensive. Let me say that again.
That's crazy, man.
The kids can hear it just fine. But as soon as the parents start to say, this is happening, that's offensive.
Then that's offensive. And you crazy, and you shouldn't be here up here talking like that.
And shut it down.
Have anal sex. I don't want my kids having anal sex. I want you to start focusing on education and not public health.
Stone, you're on.
Shut her off.
You are supposed to be educating our children. Do not teach them about anal sex.
Thank you, Ms. Bell.
This is the threat that they were concerned about.
Last week, I asked my children if I could check the books that they've picked up from the school. My son picked up this brand new book from the shelves in class, Lawn Boy. He was under the impression it was about a kid that ends up with a gig mowing the grass at Disneyland. I'd like to share a few quotes with you. This first one, just turn it around. On page 19, not that it really matters in 4th grade, at a church youth group meeting out in the bushes, I touched Doug Goebel's dick and he touched mine. In fact, there was even some mouths involved. Next one, page 91. What if I told you I touched another guy's dick? What if I told you I sucked it? I was 10 years old, but it's true. I put Doug Goebel's dick in my mouth. I was in 4th grade. It was no big deal. He sucked mine too. And you know what? It wasn't terrible. Page 174. I don't know if I made a.
I want people to be clear. Her kid brought this book home from the school. From the school.
Damn.
Not, look, this is not just I like Susie and Susie likes me. I like kissing Susie. Susie's my girlfriend.
I had a crush on her.
Okay? Explicit sexual activity between two boys is being promoted to preteen and teenagers. And no one has been arrested for this. No one. Okay, let her continue. Maybe it gets less vulgar.
Sign for this one. Yeah, I did. He talked about old times at the church, but never mentioned our penises or the fact that he never said 10 words to me after our little foray in the bushes. Not a single reference to holding or tugging or sucking dick. All I could think about while he was chatting me up was his little salamander between my 4th grade fingers, rapidly engorging with blood. Page 230.
What age is 4th grade, Corey?
What? 8? 7, 8? Who wrote this shit?
I don't know who wrote that one.
And it, oh man,
But
dude, that's child molestation.
that is.
You cannot write a book like that. So, okay, listen.
You mad
wrote
yet?
the book and you targeted it to the kids because in the kids' school,
Mm-hmm.
somebody's need to be arrested ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the type of things that we have to start doing in our local cities. We have to start advocating to get these people locked the hell up. You can't, come on, man.
Now you see why that order by Merrick Garland is going to be complicated now. Remember, I told you their whole aim was to indoctrinate children. If they can get away with it, they will. Now you find out your child's getting this at school.
Man.
This particular thing, right?
Dude.
And then you find out that the teachers tell your kid, don't tell your mom and dad. Then you find out and you go to the school and you are livid with good reason. Okay? Now they can say they feel threatened. I'm going to tie some crazy stuff together. They feel threatened because you have come screaming at them about something about your kid. Now they start to investigate you. And then they find out, say that you're one of those people that don't want to take the jab. You see the shitstorm they're going to put you in now? You're now going to lose your kid.
Yep.
Because you're a reckless endangerment because of your violence, and you're putting the kid in danger because you don't want to get the jab.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, please talk to your kids about this stuff that's going on so that they don't get indoctrinated. One thing that we have to understand is whatever they learn from you at an early age, that's the plant that's the seed that's going to be planted. Trust me. We can beat this by talking to our kids. They cannot win this battle. We can win. We need it. They need to know. You got to tell them. I have to tell my daughters this now. Hey, don't let nobody make you think that this shit is okay. Okay. Like that's not okay. God don't like that. Okay. We got to tell them. We got to do more talking. And now it's even better understood why they working so hard to get rid of the daddies, not just the black daddies. It's happening in the white community too.
All the daddies, yep.
All the daddies. This ain't no black and white thing. They getting rid of the daddies so that only the mamas have to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Because I can guarantee you that if the fathers are more present at the schools and the lives of their child and the teachers know that, a teacher, whether it be a male or female, should be scared to tell your child, don't tell your mommy and daddy what I just showed you, because they should stand the risk and understand that if my daughter come home and tell me that, I'm flying to the school. It ain't no telling how I'm going to be feeling when I get there. And that's the pressure that they not feeling, because they like, shit, daddy ain't nowhere to be found. That's crazy. That's crazy. I would hope, thank God that I have so far, all I see is wonderful things at the school that my kids go to, but keep in mind, they go to a private school. I had to get them out of that public school. They never went. My boys went. I'm done with public schools. You got to get your kids out of public schools and figure this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Part 2. I'm going to let this whole one play out, but I want you to, when this plays, look carefully at the lady in the back that's in purple. The heavyset clown in purple. Look like a female
Barney.
Untoasted Barney. Yep. All right. Just watch her reaction. Listen to what she says. Insane stuff. Just wait. Good warning.
An 11-year-old can walk into or get on their iPad or even walk into a library, check out a book called Later Gator. Imagine your 11-year-old child or grandchild reading this.
By the way, before we continue, I downloaded or at least got the book that she's going to talk about, and it is 100% correct. It is 100% correct. They ain't lying about the book. And the book is exalted in certain circles. Okay? I'm going to leave that statement there. In certain circles, it's exalted. Right.
I like to put on a show. So not only do you have to be hung, talented, long-lasting, multiple comer, but you have to be okay effing a sexy 18-year-old front.
Do you think you have to? You see, people.
Wait, this
people don't
is
have a
in
choice.
our schools. Our kids are reading this, and you're going to tell me I can't read it to you because it's inappropriate?
It's being broadcast.
Everybody.
It's being broadcast on the internet.
Man, I think let me be quiet.
You're going to get the FBI coming after you.
I didn't say nothing. Shit, I almost messed up that time.
Bro, I saw this. I wish I could have reached through the screen and slapped the stupid out of that woman behind there. You're literally listening to what the kids are hearing, and you got the gall to tell the lady, shh, it's too disrespectful.
It's been aired on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an idea, Marlon. I got an idea. I'm doing something. I'm finna do something. I'm finna get I told y'all, listen. Let me say this real quick, Marlon. Real quick. I am on a whole new mission. I'll tell you how I got there later, but I'm on a whole new mission. I'm going to my libraries, and if I find them books, we're going to have a talk with the people. Right there on the spot.
That woman pissed me off so much. You're concerned about what other people are hearing. Meanwhile, your child is hearing this in the confines of a class.
So who else? I mean, anybody should be able to hear you if you're planning for the kids. What the heck?
Wait, she doesn't stop, okay? That clown in the background doesn't stop.
I am going to clean it up a little bit.
Watch her.
But the passage that I have here describes a teenage girl getting raped. And this is available for 11-year-olds.
30 seconds.
At a high school, at a middle
shut
school.
Him up, right?
Off came my shorts, down his zipper. I realized I was in serious trouble. I'll scream. Still, I opened my mouth. His hand slapped over it. Those sublime muscles hardened. Had it been done a different way, I might have responded with excitement. Instead, he pushed inside. It went all right with an audible tear. Pain mushroomed through my body.
It's making me very uncomfortable because as a person that has been sexually assaulted myself, this book
look at her.
Definitely is not something that I would want my children to read. So this is called The Opposite of Innocence. This is about a man that's or a girl that's about 14 and her dad, or it's about a girl that's 14 with a guy that's about her father's age. But Luke tightened his grips on my wrists and started murmuring how long he's waited to touch me like this, and how his kissing, how the kissing's been lovely, the kissing's been brilliant, but a man needs more than kissing. And I'll go mad, I'll start raving mad if I don't take things to the next level. Then suddenly he reaches down to free his hand, and with one smooth motion, he unzips his fly. Luke lets out an awful groan, and I shrink away from him, pulling my knees up to my chest. He rakes his fingers through his hair. I don't get it, he says. I thought you cared about me.
We'll stop it there. That's in a school book. That is in a school book. I would like to know what part of that is educational in any form or fashion. How? outside of a counseling session, why would you put that in a child's book? It sure does look like she's being paid to object everything. Not going to lie.
I don't even think she getting paid. Dude, she evil, man. You can't pay somebody to do that. You can't pay nobody to do that, man. That shit free.
I'm looking at her, and her her disgust is toward the parent exposing it.
That's
not
what I'm saying.
Toward the fact that it's being taught to her child. What world is she living in when that is her viewpoint of it?
Wow, man. That is crazy. Oh man. So this is
Wisconsin, by the way.
This is trying to be the new norm, huh?
Mm-hmm. Hey, you see? Yep. They do try to normalize. They have been putting this mindset into a lot of people. It's, what do they call it? When R. Kelly started to do it first, they had given it a name. I don't know if you remember. Minor attracted. That was the name they came up with. Minor attracted. That is a new lifestyle or a sexual preference or orientation. Minor attracted. It's the same reason they allowed Afghanis to come in here with child brides. It's the same reason they don't do anything about the coyotes on the border, because they're normalizing the rape. They're normalizing the abuse of children.
Yeah. We just talked about it earlier. Remember? Inappropriate relations.
Inappropriate relations. You think it's inappropriate? I think it's a little bit more than inappropriate.
Yeah, I'm talking about the police officer that got 1 million charges for molestation, and they call it inappropriate relations with a 16-year-old. It's crazy.
You see, the thing about this whole issue is that the more, and I go back to this all the time, we have been silent for a long time. We have hushed. We have sat back. We just kind of say that's not our arena. People who are Christians decide to say we're not part of politics. We're going to sit back and let it, take it. That's not for us. We're going to just do us. We're no longer in that arena. They have already started coming through our front door, while we decided not to lock our door because that's not outside. Is not our war. We're inside. We're fine. And now that our kids are out there getting what they get, and then they come in, and we're still not doing anything. But then when it finally our eyes are open, it's too late. It's too late. You've lost half your country. You've lost all your ground of morality, and now you're hoping to get it back? How? How are you expecting to get this back? You think just sitting there on your behind saying, oh, why won't they stop? You have to fight now.
Okay, Marlon, I did a little bit of cheating.
You got to fight now.
I did a little bit of cheating. I got a quiz question for you. Mm-hmm. The book Later Gator that they just got done talking about.
Yeah.
When did that book come out?
2007 or 9, something like that.
You want to guess again?
No.
1997.
Wow.
Now that's what it just said. I looked up. I just looked it up. 19. You know the great ranges is 3 to 7.
You want me to read you an excerpt from it?
Please do.
So that was a portion that lady read, right?
Yeah.
So I found the book. And they have a group of 3 people, kids, in this book, and they call them the something threesome. How did they phrase it? The woesome threesome or some nonsense like that. And she's talking to her aunt, and she said, so Aunt Sadie stumbled in a half hour ago, all tipsy and giggling and loud, and she woke me up so she could do her dance for me. She had to use the bathroom. Her aunt's a stripper, by the way. She had to use the bathroom door since she didn't have a pole, but she's gonna buy one from the exotic dancer whose name was Marge. It isn't a terrible name for an exotic dancer. Anyway, her dance was full of leg kicks and shimmies and shaking the boobs, and it was awful. It was so weird when you realize that grown-ups are people too, and that they do really stupid, embarrassing things like we do. She told me her inner thighs were super sore. She told me that the whole thing made her really horny. An adult talking to a child relaying it to her friend. Please, can somebody explain to me why is that in a book for kids? They have words like slut. They have the F-bomb. They have that horny word. They have orgy in the book. They have anal in the book. They even have a scene in the book with the kids having relationships with each other in the same room. A child orgy in the book. In the book. These are the people that are part of the school boards.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy, Marlon.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I wonder what the name of that book is. I can't take it. I gotta go look it up real quick.
Which
the one I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah, look it up. In the meantime, I'll play this one. This is what mayors of those towns are supposed to be like. This is in Ohio. The mayor shows up to the school board meeting. Okay, the mayor shows up to the school board meeting.
Earl, members of the board, my name is Craig Schubert. I'm the mayor of this city. It has come to my attention that your educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom. I've spoken to a judge this evening. She's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. You either choose to resign from this Board of Education or you will be charged. Thank you.
Bam. Bam. Just drop the gauntlet, walk on out. I ain't even giving you time to talk to me about nothing. Quit now or go to jail.
I like this. See, okay, so that's encouraging actually, because now I maybe, okay, you know me, Merlin. I'm Mr. Nice Guy. I like to see things from different. For the most part. I'm nice.
For the most part.
You mean I'm nice? Let's get
I have seen the opposite. I'm just saying.
You have? We'll get back to that part. All right, maybe a couple of times or two. But the fact that, okay, watching him stand up for the kids and for the community, it takes me back and it kind of pulls it back into reality, right? And the reality of it is that I believe, and I hope I'm right, is that all this stuff is revving people like us to actually stand up, because we've been sitting down on this stuff for too long and not even knowing it existed. So, for instance, I just looked that book up, and unless it's two different books with the same name, that book been out since 1997.
The Lady Gator one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's two different kinds.
No. That I remember it's an older book than what they do say now. Like I said, it's been revered in a lot of in certain circles. Okay.
Okay.
Certain people appreciate and love that book.
Right. So this book has been around since 1997, and we didn't know it. So can't you just? And I'm not trying to call what God doing. I'm just saying, can't you see God saying all this stuff is around y'all and y'all don't even know it? Let's get this stuff exposed so we can start looking into this stuff. I mean, listen, man. And now, remember what I told you, Merlin. I don't mean to switch subject. Remember, I told you I'm not taking no gun and going nowhere and doing no fighting. I'm making that clear. So don't nobody expect me to do it. So don't come knocking on my door talking about Corey, it's time to go. I ain't going. Leave your kids here and I protect them. Go and do your business. But now, this is something that I am going to do. I am going to go to libraries with my camera. And if I find one of these books, I am going to confront the librarian right then and there on the spot. Mark my words on that. These are the things that we got to start doing, exposing these people, shining a light on them, because believe you me, there are millions of people that don't even know this stuff is happening. I saw a book on a local guy here. He did a book. I couldn't really find it because I was listening too much. But there's a book that he did a story on it, and he got the book open and the page out of it. And I'm gonna go look for that book too. I'm gonna find out what it is, and I'm gonna go look for it. We need a list of these books, Marlon. If we find these books, we need to confront our librarians. That need to be a trending thing that's going on. These are the kind of fights we need to fight. Mm-hmm. Everybody need to be going in libraries with a camera and looking for these books. And if you find these books, walk the book up to the front and talk to the librarian about it and ask them, did they know that they're promoting books like this? And put that joint on the internet.
Not just that. Watch their reaction. You're gonna know if they know. You're gonna know if they know that it's there. They're gonna start hemming and hawing and sir, we can't talk about it. Well, it's not I don't have any control of it. Every time. That's the first thing it's not I'm just a person at the desk. I can't control. The instant you know that they did that, they knew that book was there.
Well, this is what I'm gonna tell them. Okay, that's cool. You can't control it, but you are being recorded right now, and we are on live Facebook and YouTube. So now I'm asking you, and I'm letting you know that you're on camera. Who do I need to talk to about this? Mm-hmm. Because I live in this community, and I want to know, because my daughter, listen, man, my oldest daughter, she is a avid. She loves reading. And we let her go in the library and get these books. And I talked to her time. If you read this stuff, let me know. Well, what the hell? She might be reading this stuff and might be saying, well, I ain't gonna tell my daddy. You don't ever know what's going on. Right? Now, I think I can trust my baby. I think I can. I can.
But if the teachers can do this and tell them to be quiet.
Oh, man. I bet not ever hear that happen.
You know that they're going to have people in the library that probably tell the same thing. You think I'm going to put that past them? I'm not.
Man, listen. I hope. Never mind.
Oh, I know what you hope.
I hope it don't happen. I hope it don't happen.
I know what you hope. I know what you hope. Let's just put it this way. It better not be happening.
Man.
They better hope to God it's not happening. Because
no,
if it is
I can't. You know what? I'm going to tell you what. I would be so shocked. What? I just, no. I can't.
Tom, while Corey may not be able to say it, y'all know me. You guys know me. If they can consider that freedom of speech, then the next words out of my mouth to them is also going to be considered freedom of speech.
Oh, he said they say it's freedom of speech.
Trust me, I will not be censored either.
Freedom of speech too.
I'm all for freedom of speech.
Oh, we.
Just also know that it's not free of consequence.
Yeah.
It's not
freedom of speech.
Thank you. Child pornography is not freedom of speech. Yeah. Technically it is, but it's also illegal.
Yeah.
Like I said, not free of consequence. You can do whatever you want in the world. The consequence will always follow whatever you do. So yes, you can do whatever you want. You can drive drunk. There's a consequence to it. You can murder people. There's a consequence to it. You can do all the drugs you want. Consequence to it. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
You can sleep with somebody you know has AIDS. There's a consequence to it.
It's a consequence.
Everything. How did Paul put it? Everything is doable, but not everything expedient. right?
Yeah, this definitely, Tom. This should be illegal, man. Somebody should go to jail for. Somebody got to go to jail for it. It's coming.
But hey, but they won't. They won't. I'm telling you now, they won't. They're protected, Corey.
They protect.
The only people, and this is why they're doing that law with the FBI. The only person that can make them pay is us, the parent, the free thinking parent and citizen are the only ones that can make these people pay. The government is protecting them. They're putting the FBI's power behind the perverted people in power to protect them from being threatened for trying to rape your child. I mean, come on. They're grooming your child to be okay with being raped.
And make it normal.
And they're making the FBI their arm of enforcement if you try to complain.
Man, let me tell you something. You got FBI agents that got kids and families just like we do. That shit ain't gonna be, man. Listen, man. That oh man.
You will hope it's not.
Oh man. Could you imagine, man? I could imagine myself being a police or FBI agent, and you're under arrest for speaking up about the gay books in your kid's school and about the sex books in your kid's school. I can't do it. You know what? It's Tammy. It's amazing. Okay, so I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go to jail because I'm not gonna act a fool, but I'm gonna act a fool. Yeah, that's not what.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm making a prediction right now over Corey because I know he's a dad. First off,
there you go. Come on.
All the talk that Corey talks, all the blah blah. I'm so calm. I'm just I'm zen. I'm home. All that crap will go out the window.
You gonna just tease me like that in front of everybody?
The instant Corey hears that an adult teacher spoke to his daughter about anything related to this and then said, "Don't tell dad," and this would be grooming, I guarantee you right now that all this talk about peace and conversation, he will walk up to that human being and he will eradicate their ass right off the earth. It ain't gonna be a question of you don't care how. It'll just happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
Corey's not gonna say it, but we all know that if somebody touches his daughter,
oh yeah, that's a different story.
They are not going to be walking.
Oh no, that's a different story. That's a different story.
Yeah. They're not going to be walking on this earth.
Yeah.
Because if Corey's like me, not only will he not be walking on the earth, you ain't going to find him. You ain't going to find a body to find out what happened to him. I could tell you that much.
Yeah, that's that. I can't take
there is a line. There is a clear delineator for me. If look, I will teach my daughter to defend herself. But you put hands like that on my child, guarantee you I have already made peace with prison time.
Absolutely.
Long ago made peace with prison time.
Absolutely.
That'll be an easy choice. Did you do it? Yep. I'll be waiting next to the body like, yep, it's done. You know who will never put their hand on a kid again? That guy.
Yeah, he might do it once. I had a guy one time. Hey, listen, real talk. I had this guy, right? And right before we was in Tennessee, and I got a buddy that liked to fight, and he said that it was this dude named Tim Bone. He told Tim Bone that he told us that he was gonna whoop Tim Bone ass. So we wanted to start something. So we said, Tim Bone, such and such said he whooping your ass, and Tim Bone went right to his house and he said, let me tell you something. He said, you might get off that couch and you might whoop old Tim Bone ass. He said, I can't guarantee that you won't because you might. But I tell you what, you won't do it again.
You get one shot free.
You won't do it again. I can't say what you won't do once, but I can guarantee what you won't do twice.
Won't do twice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But look, I laugh, but inside I'm not laughing.
Yeah. Real talk though.
I want people to understand that I'm laughing because I cannot take this to the level what that's boiling inside me right now.
No, don't.
Because here's the thing, I know the state I live in, and I know the disgusting people that are over there on the wet side of this mountain. I know the absolute disgusting, worthless human beings that reside in Olympia, King County, Seattle. I know that there are a lot of stinking, perverted, disgusting human beings that are in charge of policymaking on that end. I know. And I'm telling them, if they ever hear me, I'm telling them now, if I ever hear that you're trying to push this nonsense on my child, I will find you. This is not a threat. This is a promise. If I hear that you are trying to push this perversion on my children, I will find you. And I will promise you one of two things will happen. You will no longer have a job and you will no longer have freedom. I will make sure that you either go to prison for the rest of your life for child endangerment and possible rape, or that you never walk free again.
Or sleep.
Or sleep. Because this has to stop. Coming after me as an adult with a political view, I would say anything is fair game. Seriously, fair game. But the instant you tackle children, I'm gonna work you over.
That's crazy, man.
I had a person say, I may not be able to fix your ugly, but I will rearrange your ignorance for you.
You know they're doing right now, Merlin, and I guarantee it. And this ain't nothing new. They getting some laws together right now to stop us from even having this conversation.
Yeah. For that purpose.
Yeah. There's no way they're not working on that behind the scenes right now as we speak. Listen, man, I don't know how long the internet gonna last.
Not very long.
I'm telling you, this internet ain't gonna last long. So yo, we gotta get the word out. We got to get the word out fast. I'm not playing. Y'all watch what I tell you about the library. Think I'm playing.
This has become something now that, like I told you, when I heard this last night, I listened to it, and I thought for sure I had just taken my medication. I thought for sure this was my medication making me hear stuff that wasn't being said.
You thought you was high?
I thought I was higher than a kite. I thought I was in La La Land, like I was in Imagination Land or something, because there was no possible way I was hearing what I was hearing. Like the descriptions, and they're saying this is in a child's book. And I go read this thing, and it is exact. And I'm like, y'all looking for parents? You see, this is why they got to put these rules down. Because they want to push this, and in order to protect that, they have to criminalize the parents who are against it. We are now national threats to them and their disgusting agenda. We, the sane thinking people that don't want our kids talked to about sex, are the ones that are going to be targeted as problems. And the FBI is being weaponized against us. Anything we say to an official that has to do with this in any sort of raised voice, they will interpret as a threat. Because you know what? Loudness is now violence in their mind. Screaming at them, that's violence. They can consider anything you say a threat. And if they report that as a threat, and the FBI already has a plot to make anything you say a threat, then they realize that you might be right-leaning, you're a double threat, and you're unvaxxed, hell, jail time.
I got a challenge for you, Marlon. It might be an easy one. It might be pretty easy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Tie this to the Democratic Party.
It's already tied. It's pedophilia. Tied right there.
Tied.
Pedophilia, Democrat, right there. Right off the top. So I'll tie it this way. The one way to ensure power, or at least the securing of it, is to make sure that your enemy is subdued on all fronts. Okay? And the easiest way to subdue an enemy is to attack their weak spot. The weak spot for the conservative is their family. If I can make sure that your family is under duress, and I can make you believe that I have them in my clutches, and anything you say, I can separate you at any moment. It'll keep you from saying something. If I can make you believe the threat that the FBI will take certain actions against you if you say something, a weak-minded conservative will be like, okay, you know what? I want to say something, but I love my family. I'm going to have to hush. The Democrats, since the KKK and before, are known for intimidation. Hell, who's the one putting the kind of mandates right now to threaten your livelihood, threaten your eating, threaten your travel with something that they want in order to maintain power over you? The Democrats. Who's the one pushing for the FBI to have control over the family, over the nucleus, over your power to say something about you? Hell, I heard a governor say that the parents shouldn't have any say over what the teachers teach their kids. He's trying to run for re-election, and he can open out loud say that. Their entire agenda has always been controlled by intimidation. And if I can persuade a family that if you be quiet, I won't hurt your family, or if you be quiet, I won't separate you, and you believe them, they win. What they fear is people like us who will say that, talk about my family one more time. Mention my family out of your mouth one more time on what you think you're going to do to my family. Say it again. Say it one more time. And see if see if High Hancock don't show up, and say it one more time, and I'll toss your ass right into the air. Go ahead. Mention my family again. They're afraid of that. They're afraid of men, especially men, who will stand up to not just say, no, they want people they don't want people protecting. They want people to just stand back and protect by not doing what they say. You know, that's what they want. Don't do it. Okay, I won't do it. I won't do it. That's how it's always been. That's how they got black people to shut up. That's how they got white people to shut up. That's how they get anybody to shut up. It's by threats. And you're seeing it now in real time. Hands down. I'm going to try and groom your child. Come up to the school board. What are you talking? Threat. Arrest him. Gone. Somebody behind him see that. They're not going to do the same thing the guy in front did. Do you see the pattern now? You're muted.
It's on my board. My fault.
It's a crazy pattern.
Yeah. And for Northern California history, I'm a Democrat, and I say put all these disgusting people in prison, and I'm not talking about the parents. So, and excuse me, look at it like this. For lack of a better way for me to put it, look at it like this. Say you got two gangs or two groups of people.
No, you had it right the first time.
All right.
Both of them are gang members. What are you talking about?
All right.
They're both gang affiliations.
We got two gangs. All right.
Two damn gangs.
And one of the gangs stand for this, and the other gang stands for that. When you commit to that particular gang, whether you like it or not, you are standing for what they stand for. And the Democrats, they stand for this pedophilia. They stand for homosexuality. They stand for murdering babies. They stand for these things. This is what they do. Now, that does not mean that everybody in that gang stand for that, but that's what you're representing. And that's what you join. You join a club. So when you know that this is what they are about, you know, you might not, if you're not about those things, you shouldn't join that club, join that gang. So if there's a gang that when I lived in my neighborhood, there was a particular gang that typically on my side of town that everybody joined. And so I asked them, well, what is this about? You know, what's up? What is this about? When I was younger, much younger. And when they told me what it was about, I said, oh no, I don't want to join the gang. Not that gang. What the other gang about? They told me they was about, oh no, I don't want to join the gang. So I never joined, ever, never. And I ran the streets a lot. And I never joined the gang because I did not agree with what they was about. And I didn't want to represent that. So just remember what you represent. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good reason why I've separated myself a lot from the Republican Party.
Absolutely.
I'm just a conservative when it comes down to the political spectrum.
We talked about that already, did we, Marlon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, for a long time, and if you go back in my videos, you'll see me talk about Bush. And not just Bush Jr., Bush Sr. People know what I know about Bush Sr. Okay? I know there have been multiple corrupted Republican presidents and policymakers. I'm not so disillusioned with the fact that I call myself a Republican at one point that everything they do I agree with. There is a delineated line of right and wrong, and both parties cross the wrong all the time. I am not a Republican. I'm a conservative. And there are certain things that I will not stand for from either party. And to say that the Republicans are not corrupt is asinine. They are. They're standing behind this vaccine crap. A lot of them are. They're behind, a lot of these other states that are Republican run are for the mandates. I am not for anything to do with that.
That's right.
Thank you. Perfect description. Constitutional conservative.
Hey.
Some of them might be calling it a libertarian because you want limited government too. But I can't call myself center. I am not in the middle. The middle is too far left. Understand this. Middle is left to me. I will watch and objectively tell you that both sides have been playing us for fools.
Mm-hmm.
They both have money to make in this. You have to look no further than what's his name, turtleneck guy, Mitch McConnell. Right? You don't gotta look no further than that turtle. I talk about a two-faced.
But that's a rhino, ain't it?
Yeah. Well, not really, because and someone made a perfect example. What used to be right, correct, godly. The church used to be set there in that location. The world got worse, right? And the church decided to move into the location that the world was, but we're not where the world is, so we're still better than the world, so we're not worldly. But now you're in the same spot that the world was. You've moved from the original spot that God put you in, and you decide now I'm better. I'm still better. But you're still worse because you're not what you're supposed to be. The further the world goes, you don't go chasing them, which is why we find it so hard to differentiate between bad and good, and we'll call bad good and good bad because we're so close to it because we keep moving with the world.
Yeah.
If we were where we're supposed to be back in the day, where God put us, you know how awful the world would look now, and there would be no attraction to it. Like,
man,
zero.
We're like, whoa.
Right? But no, we have now gone from point A to point B, where B was originally where the world was, and B has gone to C. We're supposed to stay in A, but in these days, we're more like X and Y.
You know what else has become normal, Merlin? And I've been noticing this, just having conversation with people that don't believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
That is normal now. And people just remember when we was little, you'd be scared to say that shit. Like, I don't believe in God. You'd be like, now it's like, it's just normal to people. And that kind of makes me wonder, man, like, what it's going to be like. And, I don't know if it's going to be better or worse 10 years from now.
He said in the last days, people will be lovers of themselves and not the word, right?
Yeah.
And in order to love yourself, you have to ignore God. All right? You have to be in a position where you can say, forget God. I don't even believe in that thing. Because you love yourself. If you love yourself, you're going to think you're wrong? Are you going to think you're wrong when you love yourself so much?
Heck, no. You're right.
Right. So if I don't think I'm wrong and God's telling me I'm wrong, I'm definitely not going to be living in him. You tell me, man, you don't know me. I'm a good guy. I don't murder nobody. You hear that too? I don't murder nobody. And if somebody wants to be this way, let them be. It's called love. Opens freedom. Let them love. Which is why you'll see nonsense like this creep in as a preference and a lifestyle, because You can't tell nobody. Although you can tell a heterosexual man you're a homophobe if you don't be okay with gay people, and you're a transphobe if you're not okay with trans people. Then you can judge them. Outside of that, no, you can't say nothing. We have moved from where we're supposed to be to a location that the church is never was meant to be at, and we're expecting to find peace in that location. You're not going to find it. You're not even going to find any reconciliation process happening in that point. You want to know why they have pastors in the pulpits now talking about how Jesus was mad at God and he hated God for leaving him on the tree and nonsense. Like, you want to know why you can have pastors like that? Because they have left the originality of what God was. And now we're in this location. We're seeing all this nonsense take place. And we're like, why? Why? Because you've moved. You left the man behind. You left the one thing that was a plumb line for right and wrong behind and started creating your own right and wrong. And then when your right and wrong keeps shifting and you're like, but it was right just yesterday. Why is it? Something ain't right. Why is it? Because, fool, you have now created your own mindset of what's right and wrong. You can't be doing that and expect God to stick with you. God ain't moving. He's still back there the way he was. Always has been. Ain't never moving. You keep thinking he's going to follow you. That's not how this goes.
No.
God ain't following you. You're not the arbitrator of truth. You're not the arbiter of truth. He is. But we have become so indoctrinated in our own minds as that we are. Man. And when stuff like this happens, it's because we have become so free to let people do what they want because we've moved away from the original place. You can't be surprised at it, but you can be righteously mad about it. And you're supposed to be righteously upset about this. You're supposed to be mad at the fact that they're not only coming after the church, but they're coming after your children. They're going after the weakest. And not only now they've moved after the kids that are walking around, they've already tried killing the ones that aren't even here yet. Do you not realize that they're trying to do everything? If God said to you, I knew you before you were born. I knit you together in your mother's womb.
Mm-hmm.
This is Satan's way of undoing something that God created, right? If I can make sure I erase every trace of God from someone's life, Satan wins. You think abortion is just a one-off? It is not a one-off. If you look at it, it is a critical piece to the puzzle, but it's still one piece to their puzzle. You break up the family because God has a family in mind. You erase the man because he has a hierarchy and power in mind. You kill the children because he has them as a blessing. And then you hurt them because he said to the children, come to me. Think about that. That's the destructive power that he has now placed on this earth. You want to know if we're under the control of the devil? We are. The world is. He's been ruling for a while now. And the church has just sat back and said, we don't dabble in that. That's not our domain. We don't. Well, now it's coming home to roost. Now it's coming home to roost. They're going after your offspring in a very blatant way. As for this, Father, I'm going to be like Peter in this instant. I'm sorry, but you can rest assured that sword is going to fly out and whoop, Malchus's ear going to fall straight to the floor. It's just going to get whipped out. I'm Peter in this. I'm not John. I'm definitely going to be Peter. I am not John, where I just kind of, oh, no. Peter.
Man, I am not dealing with you, man.
Definitely Peter now. Don't tell me you ain't going to be Peter. You definitely going to be Peter, too.
I'm already Peter.
You're already Peter.
Shit.
I'm already Peter.
I can't. That's crazy, bro. I'm serious, man. I'm serious. That's crazy. I got an idea, man. I'll tell you when I got an idea. A good one.
Fire.
No, I'm gonna tell you later.
Oh,
No.
I thought you were about to drop it. Bam! Idea.
Nah,
Like,
nah.
Okay, fine. Wet bucket challenge. The ice bucket challenge. All right, fine.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about it.
Catch me unexpected.
Yeah, but but just know, I want you to know something. I will tell you this. There has been a new fire lit up
under me.
Oh yeah. It's a new one. I blew the other candle out.
You're welcome.
It's a new one.
I kind of did tell you this would happen, though.
No, this is a different kind of fire.
I did tell you.
Yeah, this is it's time to work, man. It's time to take it. It's time to take it to the next level. It's time.
Level up.
Do it.
Level up.
We can no longer just talk. We got to make something happen. And I'm not saying, again, I'm not talking about no guns and stuff, but
it's not Corey ain't me.
No. I'm letting y'all know now. So we got a clear understanding. Don't go to calling me punks and all that, because I told you I wasn't going.
Corey is not me, and he's not going to want to do what I'm wanting to do. Just understand that, and we're good with that. We have established that is how it is.
Somebody got to take care of the kids.
That's right.
And now I protect them kids now.
That's right.
Trust me on that one. I'm just not going downtown. Shit.
Just not going downtown.
I ain't going downtown. But yeah, man, we got to start working. Because we can't sit back and let this happen. We can't. We cannot. We will not. And exposure is one of the best recipes that you can get for somebody. Whenever somebody's doing something wrong and you shine that light on them, that's one of the best things best and worst things you can do. Shine that light. Think about this. That's why they keep want to turn their microphones off on them people.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't. We're on the internet. See, that's right. Shine that light, man. And we got to start shining our lights. And we got to build the confidence people. See, so many people are camera shy. I know so many people that got so much good stuff to say that can help bring things to the light, but they will not get on the camera. I used to be the same way. Would not do it. Yeah, would not do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. You know what I'm saying? And it's time to really step it up. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna lead by example. I ain't gonna just be good talking. It's finna go to a whole nother level because it got to.
It does. You got to step up and change things.
You do. This ain't working out, man. It's not, Merlin. It's nuts, man. If you that bold, dog, do you know how scared I would be? Sitting up there in a school with a book teaching somebody kids that, and you confident. When did we get to the point to where you got teachers sitting up in a school and they not scared of what you gonna do if you get caught teaching their kids this stuff? How did that ever happen?
Yeah.
Think about this, Merlin. The people that's teaching it. Could you, man, I would be scared to hand your kid a book like that. Hell no. Man, listen to me, man. One of my my friend's sons, he asked me something one time. I said, whoa, let me tell you something. Don't you never ask me nothing like that again. Boy, your daddy would kill me if he knew that you asked me that. Mm-hmm. We should be scared of that, man. We should be scared to show somebody kids a book like that.
Yep.
How you not scared? No fear, no conscience, no nothing.
Trust me, we look at the chats. We address things that we think should be addressed. I don't see what Mazumi said that needed to be addressed. It was a bunch of emojis, but hey. And I did see what you said about the churches keep changing because they're trying to make money. Yes, the day church, what the church has become is a money-making machine. I ain't gonna lie about that at all. because they're no longer the actual church. They're a religion. They have embraced religion over relationship. And when you do that, man takes over. And when man takes over, man is about man. And money is the biggest vice there is. And it's easy to make when you own or open a church. What you really open is a religious center. You're not opening the church. I just want people to understand that the church is not what you see in most places today. You see organized religion. Okay? You do not see the actual church. You see organized religion. You see man-made structures of institutions that are only there to provide power sources for them, a way to rule, and a way to keep people subservient. Because the true church would be acting in a way pointing people to the leader of the church, which is not the preacher, not the pastor, it's God.
Talk.
And when they don't do that, then you know what they're made of. Look, I'm just saying, I look at churches today, churches, in quotes, and all you can see are a bunch of people trying to prove to you that they're better than you because they're doing more than you. And that, by definition, is religion, not relationship. Because if it was about relationship, you'd realize, you know what? I am who I am, and God is who he is, and I am way, way below God. And the only reason I am even moving is because he deems it so. There ain't nothing I can do, nothing I can offer him, nothing I can change about me that will give me any grounds to go to him and say, see, look how good I am. Ain't nothing you can do. The church today, though, is trying to prove to people how good they are, which is why you should follow us or come join us, because look how much good we do. It doesn't matter how much good you do. You ain't saved because of the good you do. You're saved because God decides to save you. Period. No. What's that? You know what they say these days? The more you donate, the closer. Yep, that's what. That's definitely the Catholic Church too. A lot more churches. Yeah, please send your money. Send your money in because for God's work. Meanwhile, you see him use God's work to drive a Mercedes Benz and a $5 million house and a jet. You know. I'm just saying, don't look at the church the way the church is today to try and get your grounding. It's not going to happen. You have to look at the author, and the author is so far removed from some of these places, you ain't going to find him. Even if you're looking at that church, you ain't going to find him because he ain't resembling nothing they doing at all. Well, I'm just saying, well, thank you, Lord Jesus.
Don't do it.
I'm not one to say, but the Lord does want you to be happy.
Man, these clowns, man. Oh God.
I can't judge another man, I what I believe may not be what you believe. And I believe that one day we'll all get there.
He is so he good though. He good to the clowns.
It's just some things I look at, and I know how we got here. I know how the world got here, and I know how the church got here, and I can see how schools got here and the government got here.
Absolutely.
A lot of it came down to when we decided that one, God was no longer as powerful as he was supposed to be. And we have moved away from the fact that this is his world and allowed man to think that this is theirs. He's no longer the sovereign. We are.
I still stick to this, Merlin. A lot of people say they believe in God, but they don't.
They believe in a God.
Yeah.
A God.
Not a small God.
Yeah, not the God. In fact, they believe in so much of a God that they believe they won themselves.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
I tell people, what?
Yeah, we are gods. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. You God too. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead with your bad self. My country is not really. Corpy 05. He was reading that too.
Yeah. It should piss you off. Look, whether you believe in God or not, and whether you're religious or not, there is something called a trademark. Okay. We all possess a trademark because the person that knit us together left his trademark. It's a little insignia. And there's some things that just twinge us wrong when we see it because innately it goes against the nature that he left there. We become very, very adept of ignoring it and pushing it to the side and saying, avoiding that feeling that's supposed to draw us back to him. And we just say, no, whatever. A lot of us become that way. The reason it pisses off so many people is because we know innately that that's not how it's supposed to be. We just know. But we never go to the source to find out why is it not that way. We look at man still and say, see, man corrupt. Okay, so man corrupted. Go talk to the kingpin himself. Go ahead. Ask the kingpin how it's supposed to get done. He always has an open door. I want y'all to know that. That phone line ain't ever busy. So you can feel free to just go talk to him directly. Go ahead. He hears you anyway. It's not like he don't know what you're thinking. You might as well say, hey, I know you're there. I know you're hearing me. So we're going to talk normal now.
Yeah, just talking your head.
Yeah. You know, I tell people that if you don't agree with the church, then don't talk to the church. Go talk to God. If you see something that you don't like, talk to God about it. I guarantee you something. Because I know he's real, you're going to get an answer. And sometimes it may not be the answer you like.
If it ain't right in church, it might not be the right church. I don't know how you...
Religion is a measuring stick. I want you to be clear about this. Religion is a measuring stick to know how much better I am than you. That's religion. Relationship is knowing how stupidly inadequate we are compared to the God of the universe and realizing that the only reason I am even walking is by his grace. And there is no amount of church I can go to, no amount of anything I can do to get him to look at me any differently.
That's right.
I am what I am under him, which is sinning. I'm a sinner from the time I'm born until I give my life to him.
Talk.
The only reason I'm changed is because of him, not because, I've become so much better. You ain't, no. Mm-mm. At any moment, the most holy person could flip. Heck, Peter walked with Jesus all the time. You're going to deny me. No, I ain't. I'm so good, I will never deny you. What you talking about? Instant it happened 3 times. 3 times. And he was with the man. All I'm saying is this. Whether you're religious or not, whether you believe in God or not, does not negate who God is.
No.
All right? He doesn't need you to believe who he is for him to be who he is. He don't need you for nothing at all. Understand who he is. He was first. He gonna be last. He was there before you. He gonna be there after you. There ain't nothing you can do to take his place and to earn your graces in front of him. You can't do it. You have what you have because he gave it to you. You don't have what you don't have because he took it from you. All right? Just understand your place. Don't try coming before God acting like you, I haven't done as bad as the tax collector tried this nonsense. Oh, Lord have mercy on me. And look, I'm not as bad as that guy, and I'm not as bad as that guy. You got to go before him knowing, hey, man, yeah, I am that bad. In fact, I might be worse than I'm thinking. But when you start realizing who you are before him, a lot more things will change. But we move from that. We've now become so self-efficient, and we are the ones that are in charge of things, and we change this and we change it. This world needs God, period, man. Period. And the further we move away from him, the worse things are going to get, which is why the world has to end. Because eventually man gonna move so far away that he has to judge it. It's coming. You just pick which side you're going to be on, bro. You pick it. The world doesn't have many gods. The world has one God. They have many fake ideals, but only one God. Don't get it twisted. You've been told there are many gods. There are not. There is one God. But you're kind of right because you put a small G. So
I was going to say now. Hold on now.
You're kind of right.
Hey, I was waiting for you to finish. I say,
He got
Merlin,
a small G. He put a small G.
he owns something.
He put a small G.
Oh man.
He put a small G.
What you say, Tammy? Tammy want me to, what did Tammy ask me? What you want me to say? What you want me to talk about, Tammy? You got something on your mind? She said, Corey. She might say, Corey. You know me. I'm an open book. Ask me. I want to know, Tammy.
She ain't saying nothing.
And it's always so good. Man, time is the best. He says, so good for my soul.
She black. No, I'm just kidding. He black.
He black. What's my input on what? You got to be more specific.
This topic of God and
okay, so the relationship with God. I've said this over and over and over and over. Me personally, that's just me personally. I'm not trying to encourage nobody to do nothing because everybody is responsible for their own decisions and their own actions. I have not found a church to go to. I'm not interested right now because it's too tainted. It's too tainted and it's not real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to continue to sit there and even take it. I'm not finna let these fake churches indoctrinate my kids. I'm not letting these fake churches come in between my family. I'm not doing it. So the God that I know deals with me, you know what I'm saying, through the Spirit. And I'm not losing nothing because God is almighty. Like I don't, if I think I got to go to a church, one of these churches, any of the churches that I've been to, right? If I got to go there to find God, then I'm lost anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's if that's what you're looking for. If there's something else you want to know, ask me. You know, I'll tell you. So
like I said, it's going to be that way because the difficulty is finding what the church was.
Yeah.
What it was meant to be is not what it is now.
Yeah.
And you'd be hard pressed to find a actual, true, Bible believing, God fearing church. There's so few and far between that when you do, you know, it's a when I say marked difference, it is a stark difference between what you see normally and what they do. And it's like, why y'all? But everyone else is, and they'll look at you dead in the face. And it's like, we don't follow what everybody else do. There's one person that we're following, and he's going to tell us what to do. But we're not going to just because everybody else do this, we going to do. That's not how the church operates.
And that's Merlin. That's what happened to the black community.
Mm-hmm.
We started, instead of following God, we started accepting these pastors as our black leaders. So go to any black community and you go and you say, well, who are the community leaders around here? And they start naming off names. You go to a white community and ask them that, they're gonna be like, what? You know, but it's starting to change everywhere, right? So I don't receive or accept this black leadership. I don't accept it. You know what I'm saying? My leader is God. I am a man. You know what I'm saying? I am led by the Spirit. I'm not letting no man. I'm not following no dang on man. How do I look my wife? You know, I look my wife and kids in the house and say, I'm the man.
And then you go follow a man.
But we following dude. Come on, man. Come on, man.
It's a one-time Joe Biden is right. Come on, man.
Come on, man. No, I'm not following no man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm the leader. I'm the head of this spot, you know what I'm saying, of my family. And that's how it's gonna be ran, period, point blank. And that's it. And I'm not, I follow him, or he's my community leader. No, he's not.
No, you a sexist is what you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The patriarchy is strong with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I ain't following nobody.
But y'all make sure that you like, share, subscribe. If you ain't part of Corey's channel yet, don't worry about it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Go sign up if you haven't yet.
Man.
This video will be available on Twitch now because now I can actually store my videos on Twitch. I have arrived at that point. Whoop, whoop.
Uh-oh. Oh, you gotta get so far.
Yeah, you gotta get a certain level. I've made that level.
Well, that counts me out.
And so now I'm on Twitch. You can find it. I'm on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook. I went live on Instagram, and now I can go live on Instagram while doing this. That's kind of nice. And so find me wherever you need to find me, people. It's just, I know it's going to get more and more difficult for you to get alerts, but it's also going to get more and more difficult for me to say the things I need to say.
Wow. Is it on your what's it Instagram? You say?
My Marlon Brown Instagram.
What do you got to do to go live on Instagram? Just do it.
No, there is a little app that you download called Yellow Duck. And you log into Yellow Duck, and Yellow Duck, will give you a stream key and all that stuff to plug into StreamYard as a random RTMP.
Oh, okay.
And you just add it, and when you click it and say go live on this one, you have to click go live on Yellow Duck, and it'll transmit it to that place there.
Yellow Duck, quack quack. Hey, check your local libraries. Make sure them books ain't floating around the kids.
And check with your schools.
The
best way to do it is have your kids go to the school's library and check out every day a different book that they had not seen before.
No, what we need to do is we need to get us a list together
and see what's there.
Yeah. We got to get a list.
And they have to give it by law. I think they have to give you, but I don't know if they change the law. They may end up changing the law that they don't have to give you nothing. So,
and they tell you no, they give you a misdemeanor for asking for it.
You can't take that book.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna give you, a headache. Yeah,
they don't know what a headache is yet.
No, I'm going to libraries, man. I'm going to the library. Yeah.
But I had to tackle this topic because it hit too many anger spots in me for me not to touch it. And I knew Corey needed to be in on this because I didn't know that he knew what was going on, but I also knew that he is a very concerned parent, and he's in that area of the United States that could very well and very possibly have this nonsense going on.
Yeah, no, I'm in a Republican state though.
That don't mean a damn thing.
Huh?
That don't mean a damn thing.
Oh, okay.
There are Republican pedophiles too. I'm just saying.
Man. They got them pedophiles in the churches.
They everywhere.
And there's the police departments too. A guy right here in South Bend just got caught with what they call it around it? Inappropriate relations with a 16-year-old.
Inappropriate.
That's called molestation.
No. It's just, inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It ain't fully right, but it ain't, fully wrong. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm going to the library tomorrow.
So, but thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate whoever showed up today. We got up to 35 viewers today.
All right.
That's a high for me in the last few weeks because I've been shadow banned like nobody else. Anyhow, how you have 1,000 subscribers and only 30 people show up is just anyway.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah. But keep your eyes open and make sure that you understand that we're in a time now where you cannot bank on someone else to do the work that needs to be done. You have to do it. The onus is on you now. The onus is on me. It's on us. I ain't banking on no government official. They're not for us. I'm not banking on no president. They're not for us. I'm not banking on anything outside of God and me to deal with my family. It's not going to work any other way. Y'all, we have to start. We've been sitting for too long. We've been on the back burner for too long. We've allowed them to have the reign for too long. We can't do it anymore. Passivity is done. It's time to put on our fighting boots and our mantle and our breastplate and our sword and our helmet and start fighting back like the wars were supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
This is a war now. They invoked it. It's time for us to finish it. They don't know the kind of leader we got. We got the kind of king that they will never beat.
And they ain't out shopping them.
They ain't out shopping them. No, it's Al Darknin them. Al Darknin. So, but thank you, Corey, for spending your last hour and a half or so with me.
No problem, sir.
And we gonna vibes at a later times, y'all. And like I say, wisdom calls to you from the street, find wisdom. It'll be a saving grace. Find wisdom. Peace.